Maybe you've seen them. Severe storms popping up all over Colorado this afternoon. We are tracking the latest developments.
Aurora police released video of an officer shooting a man who died 2 days later. The man's family says police failed him.
It's the biggest independent film festival in the country, and it could be coming to Colorado. Boulder wants to be Sundance's next host city.
Another day of severe storms bringing hail to our state. Storms have popped up in northern Colorado, western Colorado. This is Grand Junction. They saw a lot of hail. That's where that video was taken. Thanks for joining us at 5 o'clock. I'm Kim.
I'm Tom Green. I think Kim Christensen, of course. Let's get right to Lauren Robinson. She has the latest on these storms that have been passing overhead for the last couple of hours.
That's right. We're still monitoring several showers and storms all across the state. Now, most of them are pushing in from the southwest and spreading across the western slope and into the high country. And then as they move their way into the Front Range, they're really heavy across northern portions of the Front Range and eastern plains. So this teal area is where we have a severe thunderstorm watch in place until 7 o'clock. This is where we're expecting the strongest storms of the day, and that's where we've already seen several severe thunderstorm warnings and even a tornado warning as we went through the last hour or so. All of that has now been allowed to expire. We're just watching for most of this to push its way into the Nebraska Panhandle. Now, as we take away the movement and the lightning, you can see no hail remaining from this, just some heavy downpours, gusty winds, and then lots of lightning and thunder. In the Denver metro area, we saw a strong storm push its way from Arvada, Broomfield area into Brighton. That has died down a bit, but we do have a stronger storm to the south that's now pushed its way from Ken Carroll all the way into Cherry Hills Village. We're looking for some heavy downpours, just a few lightning strikes here, then gusty winds, and that storm is pushing its way northward to areas like Federal Heights and into Commerce City as just some light rain showers. So we're going to continue to monitor all of these storms. We have more storms on the way through the afternoon and evening. I'll have details on all of that just ahead in my full 7-day forecast. All right, well, then we do have meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen out in the field. He's been tracking several of these storms for us through the weather the weather titan out there. But as we continue to move on, it looks like he's allowed to go outside now. What do you have, Corey?
Hey, Lauren. Yeah, I finally made it outside the 9 News Weather Titan. I'm in LaSalle, just to the south of Greeley. You can see behind me here, that's that line of storms that pushed through the area here, moving out to the east. This storm really put a big licking on the Highway 85 corridor here between Platteville all the way up to Nunn, and that includes the Greeley area. But the good news is I have most of the hail that I've seen and the hail reports we've had have been nickel and dime size hail, but flooding has been a pretty big concern. A lot of water on its way downhill right now trying to make through. We've got a few minor reports of street flooding in Greeley, but that water is finding its way into the rivers and streams. So no severe weather warnings right now, but what we did have a tornado warning briefly as we went through the day, and we didn't see a big tornado or a well-developed tornado, but we saw some interesting pieces of what could be tornadoes. Take a look at this video that I shot here just to the east of Milliken, to the south of Greeley, and this could have been the very beginning of what was trying to be a landspout tornado develop, and that's just the rotation down there at the ground. You can see the dirt spinning, and sometimes that will work its way up into the cloud and become a tornado, but I did not see that happen with that one. But Colorado was just on the very bottom, the very south end of this big line. The biggest storms, the strongest ones, were up in Wyoming. Take a look at this tornado. This one was captured just in the east side of Wyoming, right before you cross into the Nebraska Panhandle. That could also be a landspout style tornado. They had several of those before a supercell tornado developed up in that area. So there has been this line of storms. This is just the first wave of the evening here that has been impacting Colorado and Wyoming, and now we can keep an eye on that storm going and wait to see if anything else develops behind it. Reporting in Weld County, meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen, 9 News.
All right, Corey, thanks. Much more on the weather coming up. We now turn to new video from Aurora police. It shows the moment that an officer shot a man who was wanted for an attempted homicide. Now, APD did edit the video to include only the brief moments before and after police did shoot 37-year-old Kylin Lewis on May 23rd. 2 days later, he died. 9 News reporter Janelle Finch has reaction to the video now from Lewis's family and their attorneys.
Body camera footage shows the moment Aurora police officer Michael Deek saw and shot 37-year-old Kylin Lewis May 23rd. The split-second decision forced a family into grief.
Officer Deek, your reckless decision stole the very essence of our family.
Lewis was a son, brother, father to 2, and husband of 8 years to Andres Lewis.
They took Kylin from me. And everyone who loved him. For no reason.
Lewis's family and their attorneys responded to the edited video from Aurora Police in a press conference.
The Aurora Police Department is failing.
Ed Hopkins says he's tired of black men dying at the hands of police.
They shot a man, hands up, phone in his hand. The phone got him killed in Aurora.
Police say Lewis was under surveillance as a suspect of an attempted homicide near 48th Avenue and Colorado Boulevard in Denver, May 5th. The body camera video shows 3 officers approached Lewis, including Michael Deek. While going down to kneel, Lewis's hand goes behind his back and he pulls out a cell phone. Deek fires 1 shot. Lewis cries out.
A desperate plea engraved in my heart forever. A haunting reminder of the fear that grips our black community in Aurora.
The video ends after that. The family says justice for them includes prosecuting Officer Deek and using Kylin's memory to promote what they described as a safer and more unbiased Aurora.
We, as the people, demand proof and not empty promises. That black people's lives truly matter in Aurora and all over this world.
We've reached out to APD for the unedited body camera footage. They shared longer clips, but we're still looking for more raw video. The Lewis family attorneys say they have also not received all the footage and have requested for more as well. They say Aurora police are hiding, quote, the worst parts of the interaction, and the family deserves an accurate understanding of why Kylin was shot. In the newsroom, Janelle Finch, 9 News.
All right, Janelle, thanks.
A 13-year-old boy has pleaded guilty to the shooting death of a 60-year-old man on an RTD bus in January. Denver police say the boy and the victim, Richard Sanchez, had a verbal exchange about Sanchez's leg blocking the aisle on the bus, and then the boy shot Sanchez. The boy pleaded guilty to second-degree murder along with attempted first-degree murder for minor injuries to a second victim. His sentencing is scheduled for July 18.
Denver's medical examiner says the death of a 2-month-old infant 6 months ago was a homicide. Today, the medical examiner's office released the results of the autopsy conducted on young TJ Vigil. He was taken to Children's Hospital in Aurora back on December 16th, but passed away 4 days later. The autopsy determined the cause of death was from scalding, the medical examiner ruling it a homicide. Denver police arrested Tony and Jalen Vigil back in January. Tony is charged with first-degree murder and child abuse causing death.
Denver police are looking for additional victims of a man charged with unlawful sexual contact and false imprisonment. 24-year-old Nezra Bedra Kamal was a rideshare driver, and DPD investigators think he may have had illegal sexual contact with customers. If you can help with the investigation, call the DPD Sex Crimes Unit.
Today, a committee of state lawmakers decided to move forward in the ethics complaint against Democratic State Senator Faith Winter. 5 of Winter's colleagues met today to determine if she committed an ethics violation at a North Glen community meeting in April. The North Glen City Council filed the complaint with the state Senate, saying Winter appeared to be intoxicated at the meeting. The next day, Winter said she was getting treatment for substance abuse. The state Senate can investigate misconduct by a lawmaker, and today, 5 senators on the ethics committee did move forward, but they've given Winter 1 week to decide if she wants a hearing with evidence or if the committee should decide based on what it knows.
The Sundance Film Festival has been held in Utah since its creation in 1978, when it was known as the Utah U.S. Film Festival. But now the festival is considering a new location, and Colorado is throwing its hat into the ring. 9 News reporter Jack Linehan explains why state officials want Sundance to come to Boulder.
For 40 years, the name Sundance has been synonymous with Utah. But soon,
the state is supporting Boulder's proposal
that could change.
to have Sundance be located in Colorado.
In April, the Sundance Institute started a process to consider moving the film festival to a new location. And Colorado wants Boulder to be that place.
Hosting Sundance for Colorado means a transformational opportunity in terms of economic development.
Eve Lieberman with the Office of Economic Development says the chance to host Sundance would bring tens of thousands of tourists to the state. She says it would be an economic boom.
So if we can help catalyze that with a small investment, we're excited to do that.
Democratic Governor Jared Polis is on board. The state approved $1.5 million in funds to support Boulder's proposal.
And I think that's a signal about the state's support for bringing filmmakers and artists for producing films in Colorado.
So many artists have made their significant professional debut at the Sundance Festival. I mean, many people earn their name that way.
Boulder isn't the only city in the running, but Polis is optimistic.
I think we are the favorite. It doesn't mean we're absolutely going to get it, but I think what we have is a great cultural fit. We share the love of the mountains.
It helps that the Sundance Institute has already come to Colorado. The Stanley Hotel in Estes Park hosted the Institute's Directors Lab in May. The hope is that connection can help Boulder land the biggest independent film festival in the country.
And really good opportunity for the state to really gain an even greater name in film.
And give Sundance a new home. Jack Linehan, 9 News.
Boulder still has to submit its proposal. The decision is expected sometime this year. The festival would move locations in 2027 and sign a 10-year commitment with its new city.